Hi, this is Lyndsey Parker here at Licorice Pizza for LPTV with LED. Say that a few times fast, but I said it right the first time. I'm here with the LA band LED. Why don't you introduce yourselves? You're here at Licorice Pizza to perform tonight, and we're excited to have you.
My name is Edie Yvonne, and I sing and I play bass.
My name is Lane Brisbois. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Lockett Pence, and I'm the drummer.
Awesome. So I'm sure you've told this story before, but I think it's kind of an awesome story. It's maybe the first time I've interviewed so many bands. I've never met a band that met at film camp. And I want to hear about the film. I also want to know if the film you made that actually begat this band is available for viewing. And just tell me that whole story, because I've never heard of this camp. It sounds like a really cool experience for kids.
Yeah, I mean, it was a film camp that we did 2 summers ago.
Mm-hmm.
In 2024, and I'd never done it before, and I met them, and they'd known each other for a few years, and the film was kind of like about action and mystery, and we decided maybe we could pitch a song, for the short film, and so we based a lot of the lyrics around lines in the film, the movie, and I actually don't know if it's out, but that's kind of how we started. Yeah,
I don't think that the movie's out. I think it was just a fun little camp.
Yeah.
But we wrote the song for the credits of the movie.
So it would qualify for the Oscars, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it has to be,
They had a little
sure
mini
you know
Oscars interview type thing. They would hand out Oscars.
And everyone got best something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was best shoe game or something.
I mean, I don't know how much of we all have a pretty good shoe game going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that was a well-deserved award if we see that in the hold up your feet in case they're not. Yeah, there. Best shoe game. Absolutely. Oscar speech. But it's funny because I read that the song Lies All Lies, which is from this yet to be released film, that was from a line in the film, right? Because that's also a famous line in Austin Powers, one of the Austin Powers movies. Yeah. So I don't know if that was a reference or just a happy accident.
There was I think he was maybe 5, the actor, and he was playing a king, and he shouted out lies all lies, and so it became our chorus, and in the studio, Lockett was screaming lies all lies.
Yeah, it's background vocals.
I remember we got the recording back, and Lockett and I did a take where we were really screaming as a joke, and it stayed in the song, and then my mom was like, Lane, do you hear people screaming in the background? And I was like, yeah.
So did you not act in this film?
No, we also did act.
Okay, because I'm not sure about all of you. I know you've, I saw your IMDb, so I know you've acted before. But, did you go, I guess what I'm saying is when you went to this camp, was it more to learn to direct, produce, cinematography stuff, or was it acting? I mean, because it seems like the music was not the main reason you were there, but then it became the main thing you do.
I think, I came for the acting, and then the music kind of just happened.
You too. For me, it was also the acting, but then I actually didn't think that we would become a band out of it. I thought it would just be a one-time song, and I was secretly hoping that they'd want to keep collaborating, so I was really happy when we all kind of got together and kept writing.
Yeah.
But you all had done music separately before, right? So why don't you tell me a little bit about your musical experience before LED formed?
Well, Lockett and I were in a band together, so we have a lot of experience playing together. We've been playing since we were 10.
Grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you guys all now? You're around 16 now-ish?
I turned 15 on Tuesday.
I'm 15. She's 16.
How old are you?
15.
So you're all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 16. I'm 16 and I'm turning 17 soon. But when we met, I don't know, you were 13 and
something like that.
Yeah.
I was 14. Yeah. I was 14.
That's crazy. Yeah. So it seems like you said this all started last summer.
Yeah.
So and it wasn't even in the plans that you were going to have a band. So why did it it's accelerated really fast? You've already put out music, you're playing, there's more music to come. Tell me about how it sort of just exploded once it started.
Yeah, I mean, once we wrote our first song, we got together and rewrote our second song, Goodbye Eric, which is our newest single. And then we've just continued to write and perform from there, and we're trying to just get on stage as much as we can so we keep getting experience. We hope to record more soon.
Who's Eric?
He's one of my dad's friends. The story is we went to a Limp Bizkit concert and he went into the mosh pit, and we were like, "Oh, he's not coming back. That mosh pit is crazy."
Yeah, he's gone
So
for
we were
like 30 minutes.
"Goodbye, Eric. You made it this far. You're gone."
Not what I expected a song. Probably definitely the first song written about getting lost in a
But he
Limp
did come
Bizkit
back.
mosh pit.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did come
I'm
back.
glad. Eric's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Eric's all right. All right, I'm glad about that. Was this like recently when like Limp Bizkit sort of reformed and like Fred Durst had this kind of like 70s look going on? He was like touring with Corey Feldman
Was
and
it
all that.
the last September?
I think so.
I think it was like a year ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Is this a famous Eric? Would we know who this Eric is?
I don't think so.
Okay, because
He's a DJ.
Yeah.
Eric Hamilton.
I know that name somehow. All right, well, shout out to Eric. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
So, since you all came from this film background, is that something you want to do more? Like, would you want to do soundtracks or scoring or I don't know, make a longer film that maybe you act in as well, movie, musical?
I mean, I think for me, like acting and music has always kind of intersected, and this was a perfect example of that. And like, I really like writing for sync, especially. I think that's really fun and probably something we want to continue.
Yeah, same. I think it's just like all connected. Like you can't have one without the other, but it's kind of just gonna cross paths some way.
I mean, I would love to do like soundtracks for a movie or something. I'm definitely not
awesome.
really an actor, but
Do you all act as well as do music? You don't act?
No.
Yeah.
But did you act in, what was the name of this film, by the way, the short film?
The Chain Gang.
The Chain Gang?
Yeah.
Okay. And you all acted in it? What were your parts?
I was an assassin.
I was one of the casino gamers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was a casino worker too. We were all kind of playing much older than we were, but like
yeah.
it was kind of a fun bonding experience. We got to do like acting and tech and kind of just learn how to make a short film.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Chanel Gray who got
She
us
was the
together. We're
director.
here because of her.
Who's Chanel?
She runs the camp, and yeah, she works with lots of kids and teens in acting.
Yeah.
Do you guys make your own music videos? I don't know if you have any videos out yet.
We should.
You should. I mean,
We haven't yet. We've really been focusing on like the music and getting like the music out and performing, but I think when we have a little time, we probably will.
you're performing tonight here at Licorice Pizza, but how much gigging have you done in the past year?
In the past year?
Or since you got back, since you became a band?
We've probably had like 6, maybe like 8.
More than that.
Oh, something.
We've performed at the Whiskey A Go-Go once, and we're going to perform, I believe, this coming February and March. And then we actually just recently played Aviator Nation Dreamland, which we were going to play November 8th.
Super fun.
And yeah, we played Hotel Cafe, The Mint, and then some like Battle of the Bands and charity shows. And just the more we get up there, the more comfortable we get. So we're trying to play as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing research. I looked at your IMDb and stuff, and I loved the idea of this camp because I think anything that fosters kids to be creative is great. And while I was doing my Googling, I think I was at the Girl School show that you performed at. People don't know what Girl School is. I don't think it exists anymore, but Anna Bulbrook, who was from Airborne Toxic Event, a bunch of other bands, she had this initiative called Girl School, and there was a thing at the Bootleg Theater. I don't know if it was the same one, but Shirley Manson and Fiona Apple performed. You Don't Own Me. I think it was the first time the Linda Lindas ever performed, or maybe even met there. They were real little. And you performed there, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was such an amazing experience. Anna, she put a group of teens or kids together, including the Linda Lindas, and I never really performed on a stage like that. I came from more of a musical theater background at the time, and I got to cover Fade Into by Mazzy Star, and that was really when I knew I really wanted
saw
to do
that.
music.
I was there.
Wait,
I remember this actually. That was such a great whole like thing. It lasted a few days, and was it the same night that Shirley and Fiona were there?
I think so.
There was a lot of girl power in the room. There was
Yeah,
like a
it
bathtub
was-
full of cherries. Does any of this yeah,
I
was
got,
there.
yeah, it was such an incredible experience, and like that's really what kind of sparked my passion for music. I always loved music, but not in that way. And then the songwriting came sort of later. So.
What were your guys' entry into like the first time you played live or performed on a stage?
I think it was when me and Lynn were in the band. It was maybe back 2020, 2021. We decided to have like a Halloween party at my house, and we were performing and stuff. And And then I remember my dad's like LED mask got caught in the speaker, and it was messing with the sound, so everything sounded super terrible and loud.
That's really funny.
And I think that was our first real performance.
Yeah, I think that was our first real
Was it
performance.
like an LED mask, like for skincare? Like,
no, it was
No.
like a black mask with like lights.
Yeah. And then everyone thought it was like the fire
Yeah.
alarm, and then they're like, "What is
What's
that?"
happening? Yeah. And we're like, oh, it's your mask. It keeps touching the wires.
I don't know how we found that out. That was so random.
Yeah.
pretty good story. So you've mentioned your dad. Is it cool to discuss your father a bit? Or I know you all
Yeah.
kind of come from I guess I'm not sure about all, but I know you all have sort of grown up around the arts and around
Yeah.
music. Your father is Diplo's. I just don't know
Yeah.
if that's something you want to talk about. Your mother's an art curator. I don't know about your background in terms of like what kind of art and music you've grown up
Well,
around.
my dad does TV.
Okay.
So I've grown up like that type of art, not really music. My uncle plays guitar, so I feel like that's kind of what maybe fostered me playing guitar.
In general, it seems like, especially since you got to go to a camp like this when you all were so young, that you've had parents that have been very encouraging about you pursuing your passion. So I'd love for any of you to speak about how, your families have encouraged you and it maybe exposed you to cool stuff that has, set you on your paths.
I think my dad, he's probably influenced me a lot. Like, he's taken me to some of his shows. I've seen him perform. It's not really my style, but yeah, too many adults. But I feel like that really kind of made me think, oh, I kind of want to be like him and make music. Just not like DJ, more traditional style, I think.
Yeah, I mean, my abuela, she was an opera singer, and so I grew up with a lot of singing. Like, I used to sing with her when I was little. And my mom, she got me singing lessons when I was young because I started musical theater. And then I started guitar lessons when I was maybe 6, and that definitely didn't stick, but it's helped me kind of transition into the bass, which I really started when I got with, when we all got together. And so I've been trying to like develop my skills since then. But my family's always been super supportive, and like all the experiences from theater to like girls' school like really contributed to where I am now.
For me, I feel like I started art a little bit later than most people. I think that I started really getting into music when I was like 11 or 10.
Which you're a late bloomer.
I know. Well, there are a lot of people who are like, when I was 4, I was doing this, and I'm like, well, I definitely wasn't. But I started learning guitar during COVID, and then I go to an art school, so that's kind of, helped me like meet other people, other musicians. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned how your dad's music isn't your style. Too Many Adults actually should be a song title.
It should be.
That's pretty good. But yes, I guess an obvious question, maybe one you've been asked before, is you haven't gone into doing techno music, dance music. Although, I mean, your dad does other stuff.
Yeah.
He was at stage.
And I'm kind of learning how to like DJ and do tech music, but I kind of dabble in everything, I guess.
What made all of you actually gravitate towards more of the kind of pop punk? Definitely some 90s. We talked about Mazzy Star or whatever. But yeah, what made you gravitate towards this style of music?
Not sure.
I think all of us have different music tastes.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think that Edie and I, our writing style is kind of like singer-songwriter. It's kind of more pop punk, more indie. I listen to a lot of like rock and metal, so like my playing is a little more.
What do you listen to?
My favorite band is Bring Me the Horizon. But yeah, so like I sort of take inspiration from like that stuff, like the riffs that they play. So that mixed with like the indie-ish writing makes it kind of sound pop punk,
Yeah. And then like Lane, well, I don't really like metal, but I'm more of a rock kind of guy. I really like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day. So I think my drumming style kind of is really influenced by them, but then also like drummers on YouTube, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started songwriting during the pandemic, and I've always written more like indie or indie pop music. But I love listening to like rock and pop rock and indie rock. And when we all came together, I don't know, like pop punk just felt really natural and like
Yeah.
kind of a combination of all of our styles. So it kind of just like happened, I guess.
And while you're all too young to remember that stuff from the first time around, I wonder if you have any theories as young people why that stuff is having such a resurgence right now. There's the When We Were Young festival that's happening in like a couple weeks. Green Day just played Coachella and it was insane. It was lit, and it was not just people there who remembered Green Day from the 90s. It was kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff seems to either be coming back or you're definitely hearing it in new music, and I'm wondering what the appeal is for someone of your age.
I mean, I know in LA there's a lot of teen bands, especially like the battle of the band scene is really huge, especially at our age. I feel like a lot of teens our age are really into the 90s and kind of like crave that era or that nostalgia and maybe don't resonate with some more modern music. I think also just like my parents and what they listen to has really influenced like what I listen to.
Yeah.
I think the answer is because rock is freaking amazing. But that's just my opinion.
It's not just your opinion, but yeah, well said. Were you about to say something, Lockett, about that era?
I think it's just like my parents influenced me, and then in my personal opinion, like today music, it's kind of doesn't have that same feel. It's kind of just like I kind of put this together quickly in a way. Old music kind of feels like you can feel the work and time put into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So have you been in any battle of the bands?
Yeah.
Did you win?
No.
No.
Rematch.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was this whole like battle of the bands teen circuit. I'm fascinated.
I think we've done 2 so far. We might have another one coming up. Those I feel like those are actually our hardest performances because there's some like really heavy metal bands and it can be very intimidating. There's a lot of moshing.
It encourages me to play
which
better.
always makes me nervous and
Is Eric in the mosh pit?
No, Eric dominated.
Yeah.
he would have
just, like,
taken
jump on
over
that.
for sure. Yeah, we're also just always in very tall shoes. This is pretty mild for what we are, so it can be overwhelming, but I do like those type of settings and like seeing what other teenagers are working on and their inspirations.
Where are these happening? This feels like one of these teen movies, like Bring It On, but with bands.
Yeah.
Where these happen?
Well, a lot of the stuff is sometimes like benefits.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes like, I mean, there is really like a teen music scene, so sometimes shows just get put together. Yeah.
And like they're organized by teens too sometimes.
Yeah, I know a lot of the people that have like I have a friend who has a Battle of the Band organization and it fundraises for Planned Parenthood and the shows will be at like galleries or event spaces, but we did one at the Woodshed and that was a really cool venue. So it kind of just varies, but yeah, I really had no idea what the teen music scene was like in LA until we kind of started doing the Battle of the Bands, which is interesting.
I think it's very cool that exists, and I think you'll win the next one.
Thank you.
You're winning at life.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming to Licorice Pizza, again, an all-ages venue for your teen fans to come and hang out and watch you play. Do you have any music for sale? I know you have a couple songs out. Are they on vinyl or anything like that, cassette?
I mean, not yet. We've only released on Spotify, but we're hoping to release more music soon and kind of just keep evolving in that way. And yeah, we have a few shows coming up. Aviator Nation on November 8th, if anyone's interested.
Well, thanks for coming by, and I look forward to what you guys do next.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Ciao.